Welcome, guys, back to the Steven Sully Study. I hope everyone's been enjoying some of the interviews I've had recently. I'm absolutely blessed and very grateful that people like Tim Lovejoy has been on my podcast. I've had an interview with Kieran Richardson, the ex-footballer. I'm very humbled by that. Ahara Davis, pro boxer. He's actually got a fight coming up in the next few months. There's been a few artists, Tom Webb, Scooney, Harris, who was the first person I ever interviewed, and I've got so many more lined up. And one of the reasons why I love to interview people is because it personally expands my network. As I'm interviewing more people, I get to know them even better, and a lot of them have become very good friends. A lot of them I've done business with or about to do business with, and the other benefit of it is I've learned a lot from these people, and I get to see slightly different sides to their work or their career, and they have a slightly different take on it. So doing the interviewing, I personally get a lot from it, and I hope all the listeners are getting a lot from it as well. Now, I want this episode to be about my take and my reason on why I believe most people should get a mentor of a certain level. I slightly hesitate when I use that word mentor. There's a lot of words that become the flavour of the month almost, or the flavour of the year, and mentor is kind of one of them. People start to pick up these words or these phrases and they start to throw them around, and before you know it, they become diluted. So I want to take it right back to the very, very core, the reason why mentors, and you should get a mentor, reason why that's important. Now, I'm not saying you need it for every aspect of your life. You could have a peer group who have a lot of knowledge in a certain area, which will, is almost like a mentorship, but specifically going out there and investing your time as well as money into a mentor. I will never promote something on here unless I truly believe in it and I've truly done it myself, because otherwise I feel that that's, it's incongruent, and it's just not, it just doesn't make any sense for me. It's almost like going and having a personal trainer, but that personal trainer doesn't believe in the program that they're giving you. Maybe they're out of shape themselves and they have a very unhealthy lifestyle. It's very, very important if you're going to get mentored or taught by someone. They've actually lived it, breathed it, they sleep it, they're immersed in it, and they've had some of the challenges that you're naturally going to go through, and therefore they can help you steer yourself away from it. On the note of mentors, I had an episode where I spoke about the benefits of having a good personal trainer and the reason why you should invest into it. So this is kind of on the same thing, but maybe more towards building your own brand and also a business. Currently, right now, I have two mentors. I first started my first mentorship for property. Myself and my partner, we have together a HMO property business, which is going pretty well. And I first started my mentorship for a year at Progressive Property, where I had to go back there at least once a month to sit down with a mentor and go over the deals and talk to them about regulation and law and certain policies which are coming in, and certain tricks of the trade and that kind of stuff. Ever since then, ever since we finished the Progressive Property one, we got so much value out of it and so much wisdom that we thought it would be quite foolish to disconnect ourselves from a mentor and then pack it in all together. So what we decided to do, we have signed up as our mentors a guy called Steve Mitchell, and a guy who is his business partner, a guy called Jamie Medill. They are brand ambassadors for Progressive Property, but they also on a personal level do their own mentorships as well. So once every 2 weeks, we have a Skype call between myself, my business partner, which is my fiance, and then also Jamie and also Steve. The other type of mentorship I've got is actually for the podcasting. It's building my own brand, and it's with Rob Moore directly. and also his team at Progressive Property, who have been absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to just reel off a couple of reasons why I feel getting mentors in certain areas of your life are very, very important, and how it can help you and how it can give you confidence. The first thing, the number one thing, is a mentor should have gained a lot of success and gained a lot of knowledge in the area that you want to pursue. So, for example, podcasting myself, I haven't got a goal to monetize this. This is completely free, but that may change at some point. Of course, there's the Joe Rogans, there's the Tim Ferriss, there's all kinds of different people out there which are massive juggernauts in this area. Now, I don't have the benefit of reaching out to them, but one person that I knew had a massive reach on social media, or should I say specifically on podcasting, was Rob Moore. Because I was already part of the Progressive Property Network, and I realised that Rob Moore has over, I think, something like 2.2, 2.3, maybe even 2.5 million subscribers to his podcast. Of course, that guy has gone through a lot of challenges. He's built a lot of success. He's got a great following, and he's doing something right. Of course, it's not easy, but he's doing something right. So, of course, I want to get even a small fraction of his success. So the only real way I'm ever going to know how to do that is by basically taking a system or formula that he has discovered or learned over the time he's been doing it, and basically take the certain best parts of it and make it my own. So going back to the number one thing is having a mentor has lived that lifestyle or gain the success that you want to achieve, and therefore you can take the best bits and adopt it and put it into your own. Now, the second thing is some of the setbacks that they've had. Now, we're all going to have setbacks, no matter what you're going to go into. It could be, again, family life. Success is not just about money or about getting fit or being educated. Is about having a congruent and a well-rounded lifestyle. But you're going to go through challenges. So what a good mentor should do is let you know about the challenges they've gone through, or the perceived challenges, and how to avoid it, or to brace yourself when you're going to hit it. Sometimes challenges you can't avoid. So I'll give an example. With the property mentorship, Steve and Jamie have been absolutely fantastic. They've been wonderful, and they've definitely helped us in many different ways. Some challenges you're not going to be able to avoid, such as new policy, new law, new regulation coming into that sector. So a good mentor should let you know what's about to come up and how to brace yourself and how to adapt and weather the kind of changes, or even to embrace them. Because I certainly feel that when you're going through certain challenges, it's about attacking those challenges, even if it's on an emotional and like a mentality level, and literally embrace all the changes and immerse yourself into it. Okay, the next one is it keeps you accountable. Now, again, I know on social media people talk about mentors, people talk about accountability, and then I sometimes get the impression they don't live by certain things that mentors say, or the certain things that they're projecting out to the world. So accountability is they set you a task. It's almost like homework, and within that 2 weeks or that month, you've got to come back and you've got to deliver. I had a good friend of mine who was a personal trainer to me, a guy called Christopher Davis, Dream Fitness. He's a businessman. He helps a charity over in Zambia that I've been a part of as well. And he's very, very fit, very into his well-being, very into his nutrition, very much into his strength conditioning and training. Excuse me. And he's very, very upbeat. And one thing he said to me when I was looking to get into a better shape is, why don't you put yourself into a competition such as a photo shoot or a bodybuilding competition, because you know that There's going to be all these cameras, all these people watching you. You're going to be on stage or in front of some kind of camera. And you know, if you don't put that hard work in, the training, the nutrition, and sticking to this routine, then you're going to feel embarrassed when your time is to step up to the stage and you haven't fulfilled the things that you said you're going to do. So it's about putting yourself under that professional pressure and keeping yourself accountable. The other thing as well, which sometimes goes a bit unnoticed, but it's something really, really important. I think a good mentor should have a good amount of energy about them. So even if they go through challenges and there's been a bit of adversity, that mentor should be able to, from an emotional level, be able to pick you up and able to bounce ideas off of each other. So going back to Jamie, or even going back to Steve, the property mentors, sometimes when we're looking at a project, a unit, a house, and how to turn it into a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bedroom all-en-suite HMO, there's certain things that I can't see, and there's certain things that maybe they can't see initially. But when we bounce ideas off each other and we have this pool of energy that come together, I tell you what, it really, really does lift everybody's spirits, and you come up with these amazing ideas. So number 4 is literally from an emotional energy level. You want to have a mentor, because it's going to give you that really good feel-good factor where you're going to encourage the good feelings to come out of you, and therefore you can execute your plan and come up with some of the best solutions or strategies towards your business or whatever you're trying to achieve. There's a few more things that mentors can do for you, but I think the main 4 that I've just given you right there is something very, very important. In actual fact, I'm going to leave it with this last one. Number 5 is you have to physically invest the money like you do with having a personal trainer. The best investment you can make, coining a phrase from Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, is the best investment you can make is investing into yourself. You pay yourself the best dividends, as Rob Moore says, which is absolutely true. Now, if you've worked hard for your money, whether you've got a business, whether you invest, whether you work for somebody, whether you're self-employed, it doesn't matter. You'll work bloody hard for your money. So you want your money working hard back for you. So by putting that money into a mentor, which may make you feel a little bit nervous but very excited at the same time, because there's an emotional attachment to your money because you've slaved over that money, what it does do is it subconsciously makes you a lot more aware and a lot more heightened when it comes down to listening to your mentor, executing what your mentor says, asking the right questions, and making sure that you keep yourself the accountability aspect. So number 5 is you have to physically invest money, and there's more to it than just investing the money and spending money on that. A mentor is, subconsciously or consciously, you've worked really, really hard for that money. You want it working hard back for you. So you're not going to waste it. You're going to invest that money, and now you're signed up and you're in that program. And you should be getting the very, very best out of your mentorship sessions by asking the right questions, executing what they're saying, and then more importantly, coming back the next session, asking even more questions and having a bit of a narrative, having a bit of a theme to what you're trying to achieve. Again, guys, this is all completely free. All I ask people to do is subscribe to my podcast, subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I share the videos on there. Subscribe to my Instagram page. My handle is sully.steven. If you ever want to speak to me, reach out to me on direct message. And I've met a few people that have hit me up. We've had a coffee, had a meal, and it's really good to network with people, expand your network, and come up with some new ideas and get to meet new people. I'm always up for that. One of the other really important things about having a mentor is if you're looking to scale up your business and you want to get investors on board, a good investor should normally look at your business and look at your strategy and look at your plan, but they're probably going to ask you a few questions. And one of the questions is, what qualifications or mentorship programs have you been through? So number 6 is, if you're going to scale your business by getting a investor, they're probably going to ask you if you've had any kind of mentorship. And I think it gives you a lot of credibility that if you've gone through a mentorship program with somebody, they're going to really admire that and think you're treating yourself and your business very, very seriously. Okay, so please follow me on sully.steven on my Instagram, on my Facebook. Please reach out to me if there's anyone you want me to try and reach out to and do an interview with. Please put them on my pages. Send me a message. I'll do my very, very best to reach out to them. I've done fairly well so far and getting the people that I want on my podcast. And remember, everybody, be happy, never content. Smash up your day, smash up your week, smash up your month, and smash up your year. And I've got no doubt you're going to achieve a lot of your goals and your vision for you and your family. Good luck.